Welcome everyone, I'm Anthony Hero and today we'll be talking about the 3D hack and slash that put Suda51 and Grasshopper manufacturer on my radar, No More Heroes. As previously mentioned, the game was developed by Grasshopper and published by many companies, including but not limited to the owners of the IP Marvelous, as well as the apparent owners of my childhood and one of the co-owners of my soul, Ubisoft. And I fucking wish I didn't make that deal way back then. The game was originally released for the Nintendo Wii in 2007 and follows Travis Touchdown, the world's coolest loser, who perfectly encapsulates the image of what might be conjured up when hearing the term otaku. Well, sans the wait. No More Heroes takes place in the American city of Santa Destroy, a city filled with everything one may need: palm trees, big box chain stores, and recreation. We are thrust into this city as Travis is making his first foray into the newest fad in America: contract killing for entertainment purposes. Travis must now fight his way up the ranks of the United Assassins Association in order to impress their spokesperson Sylvia Christel. But could there be more to the UAA than what one might surmise at first glance? Meh, who cares? Let's kill some bitches! No More Heroes is an interesting take on the usual 3D beat-em-up structure in many ways, but perhaps the most easily observed part of this is how instead of the regular light and heavy attack denominations, they instead opted for low and high attacks to be differentiated, at least in part due to being on the Wii and thus incorporating motion controls. No More Heroes 1, unlike its sequel, does not support input methods other than the traditional Wii remote and nunchuck duo, but releases has fixed this fault with the game. Travis, having some sort of pro wrestling background, can also invoke the power of various suplexes, DDTs, and drivers to his advantage, which he is capable of doing once he's stunned an opponent, either with a charged unarmed attack, be it a roaring elbow or savate kick, or with an unending barrage of attacks with his beam katana following a well-timed dark step. You can also unlock additional maneuvers at each boss by fighting and picking up letters addressed to Travis, reminding him of the glory days in Calgary. No More Heroes is an open world game, except when it's not. To better explain this, let's talk about its two phases. Firstly, you have the open world sections taking place in Santa Destroy, which, as you'll be surprised to find out, acts as your hub area. It is little more than that, however. In it, you can find additional collectibles such as t-shirts and Lovikov balls, but it also houses various missions, be they critical to the story or just for funsies. Alongside these, you can also find things like Thunder Use Gym, where you can get some gains to serve you in your travels, and Dr. Naomi, who aids you in your journey by coming up with newer and better beam katana designs, assuming you got the dough. Speaking of which, just like real life, the dough, the cheddar, the dosh is the driving force behind your every move. Well, being an assassin must pay good, right? Wrong, dummy. You pay us for the privilege to kill, the American way. How do you get money? It's simple. You just gotta carry enough coconuts, play baseball, or mow lawns to earn some quick cash that you can then spend on swords, accessories, and actually being able to continue the game. Once you've coughed the money up, you can advance to a proper level, which, however, is more reminiscent of classic beat-em-ups. You find yourself in a linear or mostly linear environment where your progress is impeded by swarms of enemies you have to dispatch before being able to continue, then end by facing a boss. Bosses, just like everything else in the game, are genetic freaks and are not normal. You will face a wide array of personalities on your way to the top, be they schoolgirls, all women with shopping carts, or Leon Kuvara post Danganronpa. Lovikov balls are the only collectibles that affect the gameplay, serving as a collectible currency to give to, who else? Lovikov, to unlock things like the ability to sprint. Otherwise, the game's collectibles are things like shirts, which you can then wear given that you go back to the No More Heroes hotel, and the Luchador mask staging cards, which are neat. To move into the presentation, the game has a stylized, cel-shaded art style which is showing its age a bit by now, but the exact way it aged just puts it even firmer into the time frame it had originally released in. And I honestly wouldn't have it any other way. No More Heroes, the entire series, not just this game, is a product of the late 2000s, and by and large wears that fact on its sleeves. Remove that, and it loses out on a major aspect of the IP at large. But speaking of major aspects of the IP, one where No More Heroes has not aged a day since release is the music. The soundtrack was banger after banger when the game came out, it's banger after banger now. Every couple of months I find myself randomly humming the series' theme's leitmotif, and that has been happening since before I even played the game myself. And all in all, No More Heroes has become one of my favorite 3D hack and slash games. The world and characters are flavorful, the graphics, while clearly telling of their point of origin and age, still serve the game well, the music is outstanding and, dare I say, iconic, and the combat is unique in a good way. Sure, there's some jank to it. Sure, Send and Destroy's emptiness is rivaled only by modern open-world sandbox games. Sure, the PC version was a broken mess. For so long, the first draft of this review was written before they fixed it, but the first one is tolerable for the fun the game holds within. The second one is only really a problem if you find it difficult to treat as a hub area and set up backshots for the fights, which is understandable, but not that major of a fault in my opinion. And the third one is literally fixed. That's not to say the PC ports of 1 and 2 are spotless, 2 in particular I haven't heard if they're done fixing, but one's stability and function improve majorly, so unless some bad luck befalls you, you should have no trouble with the PC ports that's inherent to it. And all of that's to say that No More Heroes really deserves its spot in the 3D hack and slash beat 'em up, whatever you want to call it, genre as a whole. I don't know what to improv to end the video. I have run out of jokes. Just cut the video, fuck it, whatever.